Dear all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Prassimplified. I am doing good. I hope you are doing good too. I know we are going through a downward economy phase, and most of you have already struggled through various concerns from past 1 or 2 years due to the virus. And now again, there has been an upcoming news on the new variant. I hope you all guys stay at home and take care of your health. So now, in the midst of all these concerns, filing a return of income is a very, very minor part, and we often tend to miss it, or we often tend to forget to file the return of income. So now the question comes as to what will happen if I do not file my return of income, or still do I have the time to file the return of income, or if I done some mistake during filing my original return of income, what to do? Can I revise it? All these questions I'll be dealing it in my video. Along with that, also I will tell you which is that point of time when you actually need to file your return of income, and what is that limit laid down by the Income Tax Act. Additionally, once you file your return of income, now if you are worried whether the calculation made by me is correct or not, if yes, how will I get to know whether what I have done is correct or not? Even that part I'll be covering in this video. All I request you to do is watch this video till the end so that you will get the best knowledge available from this video. So let's all learn together, and without wasting any time, let's get into these slides, guys. So here it is, guys. What are the consequences if I do not file my return of income? For this, first I need to understand which is that point of time when I actually need to file my return of income. For this, I will have to take you to two simple concepts, that is what is previous year and what is assessment year. Previous year, in simple words, if I have to tell, it is nothing but financial year. That is 1st April of year 1 to 31st March of year 2. And what is assessment year is next year of previous year. That is 1st April of year 2 to 31st March of year 3. Let's take an example. So if your income pertains to 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021, previous year is nothing but 2020-21. That is exactly the year to which your income pertains to. And assessment year will be uska next year. That is assessment year is 21-22. And in the second scenario, 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022, if your income pertains to, uska previous year will be 2021-2022, and assessment year is nothing but 1 year next to the previous year, that is assessment year 2022-2023. Similarly, for the third case, you can see the example. It's a very simple illustration for understanding I have given. So as you all understood, so you now you are clear about what is previous year and what is assessment year. So now let's get to what is the limit for which the individuals needs to file the return of income. As I already stated in my first video, if you are as per the income tax slabs of previous year 2020-2021, if your gross total income is above 2.5 lakhs, you have the obligation to file the return of income. Now, what is gross total income? That is nothing but total of income of 5 heads. That is income from salary, income from house property, income from business or profession, income from capital gains, income from other sources. So what is the figure arrived at here? That is gross total income. If this exceeds 2,50,000, you have the obligation to file your return of income. Though you might have deductions like LIC, PPF, term insurance, that is okay, but you have to tell the income tax department by filing your return of income that, see, this is my gross total income, see, this is my deduction, see, this is my total income. Since the total income is below 5 lakh or 2,50,000, hence I am not liable to pay any tax. Thereby the department is trying to tell that even though your gross total income is about 2.5 lakh, you have to file the return of income. So I have just given more clarity than the first video in this video. Next, what is the due date? Now you understood when to file your return of income. Next question comes, what is the due date for individuals to file your return of income? For any previous year, the due date is 31st July of the assessment year. That is nothing but post the previous year. So example, Let's say you are in previous year 2021-2022, which means income pertains to 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022. Uska due date is 31st July 2022. Okay. So now you might have a question in mind. If for previous year 2020/2021, my income earned, that is during 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021, it was recently on 31st December 2021 and not on July 2021. Why is that? That is nothing but the extension which was granted by the government for the individuals, or else your due date was actually 31st July 2021 itself, but due to the extension, due to the portal issues, the government had extended it up to 31st December 2021. So now the due date is for the original return of income is passed. Next comes the question, what if I do not file my return of income within the original due date? That is, as I again gave the example here, for previous year 2020-21, the due date was 31st December 2021. This was the latest return filing due date. What if I do not file within that date and I do not want to file my return of income at all, though I have my income? So what are the consequences if I do not file the return of income, which is a very repeated question which everyone asks. So I am taking the consequences in the slide by slide. First thing, the fee will be levied by the income tax department. Now this fee is not a penalty, guys, it's just a late fee because you are not filing the return of income. How is the fee levied? If the total income, let's say for previous year 2020-21 is up to 2.5 lakh, there is zero fee levied. But if it's above 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 1000 rupees will be levied. But if it's above 5 lakh, 5000 rupees will be levied. This cannot be bargained, this cannot be undone. So it has to be paid because your return, while you're filing the return of income, this fee will automatically come if you're filing the return of income late. So this was the first consequence. Second one, losses will not be allowed to be carried forward except house property loss. I know you did not understand, so let me take back to that slide 1 minute. So here, let's say income from house property, you have 5 lakh loss. Now assume you couldn't set it off against any other income this year because you didn't have some income, any income. Now can you carry forward that 5 lakh of loss which you had in house property in the next year? Yes, you can carry forward validly, but you have to yeah, you can carry forward it. There is no restriction even if you file your return of income late. But let's say you have a loss of 5 lakh in business head or capital gain head. Can you carry forward that to the next year? Because those cannot be set it off against each other. That is, even though you have business income, it cannot be set off, and if you have capital gain loss, those cannot be set off with each other. You cannot tell my net income is this much. Thereby, question comes, can you carry forward it? Yes, you can carry forward it. The main condition is that you have to file your return of income within the due date. If you do not file, this carry forward option will be lapsed for completely. Even though you have 10 lakh or 5 lakh loss, it cannot be carried forward. So that is the main disadvantage if you do not file your return of income. Hope that was clear. Next question. If I have some tax payable, there will be interest which is levied. This is the next consequence, third consequence which I am going to tell you. That if you have some tax payable, there will be interest will be levied at 1% per month or part of a month if you do not file your return of income. Let's say 20,000 is the tax payable, but you didn't file your return of income. And return filed is actually on 27th Feb 2022, but your actual due date was 31st December itself, 31st December 2021. So there is a delay of 1.5 months or say almost 2 months. So even though part of a month, that is in the middle of the month you have filed, that is in 27th Feb 2022, middle of the month you have filed, still it will be considered as a 1 month default. Thereby 20,000, thereby interest will be levied at 20,000 into 1% per month or part of a month. So January full and February full. So 2 months will be considered and 400 will be levied. So as and when the months by which the delay happens, that much month will be going on adding. So if you file on March, it will be 3. If you file on April, it will be 4 months. So accordingly, 20,000 into 1% into 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, as the case may be, it will be going on levied. So that is one of the things. Next, there can be best judgment assessment under section 144. That is, what will the assessing officer do? He will take into account all the material which is gathered during the assessment from you. Also, he'll give you opportunity of being heard. That is why you didn't file a return of income, what are your sources of income, everything he will capture, and he will make himself an assessment of total income to the best of his knowledge from what he can gather from you, and then determine the sum payable. Next consequence, there will also be penalty levied under section 270A. Now, what is this 270A? So it tells that if you are underreported your income. Now, what is underreporting? Underreporting is nothing but if your income is found in excessive of the minimum limit, that is 2.5 lakh. If he finds any income above this limit, thereby if he will assess your income from 2.5 lakh till the determined limit. Let's say he determines like say 10 lakh. So on that 7.5 lakh, he might levy 50% of the tax payable. So if say final tax payable is say 20,000, penalty will be 10,000 rupees. So 50% of the final tax payable after determining income, after computing the tax payable, what is the final tax payable? If it's 20,000, the penalty under this section will be 10,000. So 50% of tax payable he is going to levy under this consequence. Next, imprisonment. So let's say tax evaded is about 25 lakh rupees. Imprisonment will be 6 months to 7 years plus fine, and if in is any other case, 3 months to 2 years plus fine. And if the tax payable is just up to 10,000 rupees, there will be no imprisonment. Other important reasons, even though it is not given in Income Tax Act, still you need to file your return of income because of these reasons. One is for the bank loan purpose. Usually bank loan, if you're going for a home loan or any other business loan, they will ask you like 2-3 years past income tax returns. Hence, it is advisable to file your return of income. And one more thing, if there is TDS done in your PAN, that is, if you have some fixed deposit interest earned from the bank and TDS is done, you need to get that refund. The only way to get that refund is by filing your return of income. Next, if you have loss under business income or capital income, as I already told you, have to file your return within the due date. If you want to carry forward, this year you might not have any other income, but next year you might have income. This year you might have only the loss. Now you should carry forward this loss to next year, right? To set it off against the income. That can be only done if you file your return this year. That is the year in which you have the loss, so that you can carry forward it to the next year. And as a honest citizen, it's our duty to file the return of income. Next, what is this concept of belated return? That is, if I miss my return filing date, that is the original return filing date, can I still file my return of income? That is a question which comes to our mind. Yes, you can file it. What is it called? It is nothing but a belated return under section 139(4). So what is the due date for this? For financial year 2020-21, it is 31st March 2022. So original return was 31st December 2021. So the belated return due date is 31st March 2022. Thereby, if in December by chance you miss to file the return of income, still there is 3 months time for you till 31st March 2022 to file your return of income. Please do take this opportunity and file the return of income if you have not filed your original return of income for this previous year or the financial year. So next, what will happen if I file my belated return? Are the consequences same as I do not file my return of income? 1, 2, 3 will be same. That is, penalty will be obviously levied 271F. That is, as I showed in the first slide, you can go back and check. And second one, loss will not be allowed to be carried forward except house property loss. So house property loss can be carried forward, but other loss like short-term capital gain loss or long-term capital gain loss, whatever shares loss you have, that cannot be carried forward. Next one, interest under section 234A, 1% per month or part of a month till the date of filing, that will be levied. But 456, that is the penalty under section 270A and the prosecution and the best judgment assessment, which I told in the earlier slides, that will not be attracted here in this belated return of income. Next, revised return under section 139(5). What is this revised return? Let's say you made some mistake, unintentional mistake, not genuine, not purposely made, but an genuine and unintentional mistake you made while filing the original return of income. Can you now revise that return, rectify that return? Yes, you can rectify. What is the due date for rectification? 31st March 2022 for the financial year 2020-21. So you have The time limit for belated as well as revised return is the same, that is 31st March 2022. You can go and again file a fresh return of income in place of the original return. So this revised return what you file, right, that will replace the original return which you filed. Next, what is this 143.1 notice? There is a concept called 143.1 notice. First of all, it is not a notice actually, it is an intimation, but people use the words telling that it people use both the notations, that is notice as well as intimation. So it is actually an intimation, which is okay. What is this? So what happens is, once you file your return of income as per your computation, department may there is an computerized process which takes place, wherein you will get a intimation telling this is what you have computed, and now I will tell what I have computed as per what income you have showed. So if there is any slight tax differences which is there between what you have computed and what the computer has computed, that time you will get this differential notice. Will I get it always even if I do not have difference? Yes, you will get, but it will tell tax payable is 0 or refund is 0. But if there is some tax payable, it will indicate what is the amount of tax payable along with interest, and if there is refund, it will indicate what is the refund along with interest. So it is nothing but a comparative figure of what you have done and what the department has done by way of a computerized process. Next, what is the due date? So is there any due date for by when I'll get this? Yes, 9 months from end of financial year in which the return is filed. Let us say return is filed on 27th December 2021. So uska financial year end. So 27 December 2021 comes in financial year 21-22, right? So 9 months from financial year end of 21-22. That is nothing but December 2022. Thereby, the due date will be due date for 143.1 for this previous year, that is previous year 21-22, will be 31st December 22. So these were the limited things which I wanted to tell on these things. If you really like what I have stated till now or the concepts which I am taking, you may do share it with your friends, and if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe my channel, guys. Thank you and have a nice day. Please stay tuned.